Shalom Israel. We're going to meditate again on this word because there's a lot of meat on this bone that we can pull out, right, and think about it and reflect on it, right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God had made man upright. Read that again, that God had made man upright. But they have sought out many inventions, right? So there's a current topic today that's going around, right? Is that the does God, excuse me, is there free will, or does free will exist, right? So we will dive slowly into that, right? And this verse will help us, right? So God made us in His image, right? That is a good thing, right? I believe that's in Genesis 1:19, I think. Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image. Again, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, right? So if the only one who is good is God, or the Most High God, and the Most High God created us in His image, right? But we, right, but they have sought out many inventions. Again, but they have sought out many inventions, right? So it's the Most High God's will for us to be good, right? However, we sought out many inventions, right? We 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 learned to eat, right, unclean animals, right? We took the fruit of the different doctrines, right? That's why the Most High got mad, right? Verse 29 again, Lo, this only have I found, that God had made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So it's our free will, right? It's our free will to decide, right, to sin, right? It's not the Most High God's responsibility or fault, right? We can't blame the Most High for our seeking out those many inventions, right? Or what is the opposite of upright, right? A wrong thing, right? So that's why the Most High in Deuteronomy, I believe that's in 30 and 19, which says that Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death. If there is no free will, why would the Most High let us choose, right? If there's no free will, we would just eventually do life, right? But what did we do, right? We worship idols, right? We ate, we consume unclean animals, right? We did unjust things, right? Life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, what did the Most High said? Choose life. Again, what did the Most High said? Choose life. That both thou and thy seed may live. See? So that free will does exist, right? There are people who are keeping the commandments, and there are people who are not keeping the commandments, right? So it's our fault that we sin, right? Satan, yes, is tempting us, right? But who's to blame when we fall, right? It's us. James 1 and I believe it's 8 or 13. There it is. James chapter 1 and verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. Again, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil. Again, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. It is Satan who tempts us. Right? Because we are what we are, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of our own lust and enticed, right? It is our own lust, our own urges, right? That's why we need to pray, right? When those lust comes, we need to pray so that it doesn't fall heavily on us, right? That's why I say that in times of heavy artillery, pray. Excuse me, in times of heavy fleshly artillery, pray. Right? The Most High will help you. So those are something that we need to be clear about, right? Free will, excuse me. Yes, tama. Free will exists, right? Free will exists. We must use our free will. Excuse me. We must put our free will towards life. We already now have an example, right? Who is that example? It's Christ, right? It's Yahweh Shai. He is the way, what? He is what? The way, the truth, and the life, right? He is our leading example. So we must read Christ's words and meditate on that, right? So that the Most High can what? 6. I hope I'm correct on this. Yeah. So that the Most High can what? Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances, or commandments of the Lord, and meditate continually. Again, and meditate continually. Right? Think about it. Reflect on it. Right? Improve emotional regulation. That's a good thing. Let's try meditation biblically. There, that's a good thing, right? Meditation is the active process of filling the mind with God's Word to transform the heart and directs one's life. Again, to fill the mind, right? That's what we're doing. I like that definition. We are filling ourselves with the law, the wisdom, right? So that the Most High can what? Build our mind, establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. Because when you're keeping the commandments, right, you will also gain wisdom or how to do it. Right? That's wisdom. It's how you or how to do it. Sorry. How to do it or how you do it. Right? So it's the same thing, right? When you meditate on wisdom, right, you allow yourself to keep the law. And that shows what? Your faith, right? Because faith without works is what? It's dead, right? The same as works without faith, right, is also dead, right? Therefore, we must have faith and we have to work out something, right? For he that endured to the end shall be what? Saved, right? At the end of the day, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, the one again for this meditation, right? We need to meditate every day so that we can establish that heart, right? Through the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Tuwada.